There is the controlling part that wants to control how you get seen, when you get seen, by who you get seen.
Exactly. Yeah, it's totally that, because I know I can be seen and shine, but I still have this control mind, like, okay, I will decide. Yeah.
What's the opposite energy of control for you?
The image I have is let go, and it's still this shoulder sensation, like control is super tense. And when you tell me like about what is the opposite, I can feel really my shoulder like just fly, actually. Just spread your wings and go.
Welcome to the inner space. This is for you if you need encouragement to be more yourself and explore your own path. Maybe because you feel different, too sensitive, or just not able to do things as everyone else seems to. There is a way, and it's your unique way. I'm Gloria Jensen. I am a coach, a healing artist, and a surfer. I am here to help you ride the waves of life, work, and business to find that deeper alignment with your creative and sensitive soul. If this feels like you, I invite you to know yourself better, feel all the emotions, and trust yourself, so you experience the freedom and fulfillment of being and doing you. Subscribe now to catch the next wave to the inner space, where authenticity sets you free. Are you ready for a new coaching session? I'm welcoming Elodie, who is here to get support around her next chapter in her life. And as you will hear, she's already very conscious, aware of where she's at in her life, thanks to a lot of self-actualization work. And she still feels some resistance to fully go into this next chapter. So she's feeling this is the correct direction. But there are some resistances holding her back, and we are exactly diving in them during the session, as you will discover. To see if this episode is for you, I can reveal some of the resistance she's facing. One is the fear of success. You have heard that if you've listened to other episodes, like around the fear of being seen. That's more the coaching session with Annalie. I will put all the links in the show notes, so if you want to listen to it. There are connections with the episode from Amy, which is around really more, I phrased it in the title, around believing in her vision. So like from the title, it's different than Elodie's situation, though there are some resonances, also because both of them are line 2. So I can feel the connections in human design. That's the line 2 is in human design. And she's also talking about the fear of being judged, criticized, how people are reacting, looking at you as you go to something new, into something maybe bigger. You might fear criticism, judgment. So these are the main points that she's afraid of or that are holding her back. So if you resonate with them, of course, I highly encourage you to listen to this episode. And beyond, you will discover how I invite you to move with your mind, but also with your body, as usual in my work, so that we don't stay, on the mind level, which is very smart, but also in the body, and what does the body have to say about these topics. I hope it has sparked your interest and curiosity, and I see you back in the conclusion. Enjoy this coaching session. Welcome, Elodie, in this coaching session. As usual, I would love to know what brings you to this coaching session. What do you hope to get from this exchange today?
Hi, Gloria. Thank you so much for this opportunity to have this session with you. So for me, since years, I'm working on myself through different methods, which is I think super interesting to know me better and to have the next moves in my life, I would say, in my professional and personal life. And I think working on ourselves is one of the best gifts we can do for ourselves and for others also, like people around us. Today in my life, I'm in a turning point, and I'm working on a new project, which includes some changes in my life. And I can feel I have the direction. I know where I want to go, like literally and in real life. But I'm in this in-between situation, like, okay, I have my direction, my vision somehow. And I can feel like, okay, I know where I'm going, but I can still feel some resistances, like wondering, oh, but should I do that? Because, for example, I want to change in terms of like professional life and go towards something completely different from what I'm doing now. And I know it could work. I can feel comfortable in this new position somehow. But I still have this question in my mind, like, are it gonna be possible? I don't have like the network, for example, or I start from nothing, from the scratch. And I'm still questioning myself how I can reach this direction and vision. And this little monkey mind. And also I work a lot on myself and it changed my life, really. I can feel it. And I'm super proud and glad about all this work I did on myself. But I still have, these struggles about to take my full place in this world. I know like everyone has his own place and we need everyone on this planet Earth somehow. But sometimes I'm questioning myself, like, oh, maybe it's gonna be too much, or I'm gonna take too much space. I'm a bit afraid of shining because like during a long, long time, I was giving a lot to others, like forgetting my needs, forgetting myself. And thanks to my work on myself, I rebalance all of this. So now I know myself, I know my needs and my boundaries. So I'm fine with that. But I think I need the next step, the step to allow myself to really fully take my place and to accept it.
Beautiful. Thank you so much for describing where you are at. And I would suggest to dive in immediately. Like, what are the doubts, questions? Like, what is the resistance about?
I think it's with my money relationship, like the relationship I have with money. And also maybe related with being successful could brings also some fear, some criticize, some judgment and everything. And maybe it's a part of me like losing control somehow. Like once I'm in stage, it's implying like the fact to be judged or criticized or whatever, even if it's like normal and human and fine. But maybe I'm still like, I can't control that. So how can I do,
Yeah, I fully understand what you shared. Do you have any other resistance apart from the one you shared?
For a long time, I was thinking about myself. I'm too much because some person were talking about me as too much, like too sensitive, too emotional or whatever. And maybe I still have this like fear within me, like this fear of being too much, even if I, as I said, like did a lot of work on that point.
How would that impact your project? This I am too much.
When I have a project in my mind, I will do everything that I can to reach it, to achieve it. And sometimes it's my perception, but to take too much space, I think it's really this fear of at the end being judged and being criticized or whatever, But at the end, who cares, like
Yeah.
I try and let's see, I'm making peace with like all the parts of myself, like the one I like, the one I like less, I would say. I don't hate them, but I like them less. And maybe my work at the moment is just to accept that go for it and doesn't matter like what people think around you, it's not your problem, and just go through it, and if people say yes or no, it's fine.
Yeah. Because of all the work you did on yourself, of course, with your mind, you can reason yourself and rationally say, okay, actually, if I get criticized, then I get criticized, like this is part of the journey and so on. So like rationally, you can kind of try to reassure yourself and make sense of it. But like in your body lives the fear, and it's coming up and up and up. So I know that you're smart. I don't have to tell you what you just said, you already know it. Now what we can shift is the sensation in the body. Just if you imagine yourself being criticized, judged, what could happen?
The word coming in my mind right now is like disappointing, like to disappoint people. And maybe it's the syndrome of the school first girl, you know, like like the one with the best grades, and to disappoint the teachers or the parents or whatever. Because when I was at school, I loved school. It was always a pleasure for me to learn since I'm a little girl. And I was always in this posture of the first in the room, or the top three, let's say. And maybe here in my adult life, it's like I don't want to disappoint. And maybe it's more the people eyes on me and also on myself.
I want to go even deeper. It's like, imagine you are creating disappointment. What do you feel inside?
Right now, it's like, okay, and so what?
So that's the mind is able to respond, but in your body.
Let me think.
So it's like really take the time, imagine yourself like doing the project that is in your heart, and you receive disappointment. Like people are disappointed. What does that create in you?
In body language, it's like more in the shoulders, like a weight somehow in the shoulders, and something in the belly too, like pressure, I would say.
Yeah. And who do you most not want to disappoint?
I think it's my parents.
And can you tell me more?
I have a path in my life. When I have a project, I'm doing it, and it's not really like a regular path as we can imagine in the society. And I know my parents invest a lot on me, on my studies, and I still did my stuff, my projects. They are super supportive, really. But maybe like again to change life, because it's like life project I have in mind. Again, taking another direction and take the risk somehow to succeed or fail. But I'm like this. I need projects in my life. I need movement. And even if I don't want, something will appear in my mind and I will like, okay, I want to do that, you know? Maybe I have this like family eyes on me, like, oh, okay, again, she's like doing something else. Even if my parents are super supportive in so many ways, maybe this little girl syndrome somehow.
Yeah. It's like you are not meeting their expectations.
No, it's not that. They are putting pressure on myself on like regarding the job or the personal situation and everything. So I think it's just me, myself, like thinking that about them, you know, but they are not acting like that. It's just me putting myself this parents' pressure, you know?
Yeah. I will react on everything you are sharing. I just want to keep on diving into what you're sharing. What do you think about yourself, about the fact that, again, you are shifting direction, going on to a new project?
I know my vision and direction, but I'm like, okay, step by step, even if actually, if I'm like honest with myself, I already making action about this project, but I can feel this mixed feeling of I want to go there, do that, but let's take time, you know, let's have time to really process and find the best way to reach these objectives and everything. But within myself, changing direction, as I work on myself, I'm accepting that it's my way of functioning. And I don't want to go against that, because otherwise I will be sad and unhappy. And I don't want that.
Yeah. Do you want me to give you feedback on what you shared?
Yes, of course.
So I asked for your birth information before doing the session. And do you know about human design?
A bit, yeah.
Do you know about your type?
If I remember well, I'm like manifestor generator.
Yeah, manifesting generator in English. Yes, exactly. So you might have read that the manifesting generator is moving fast, sometimes in multiple directions or changing directions, like it's part of the identity of the manifesting generator. You already, as you said, I'm not going against how I operate, like I accept this and I want to move with it. So you're already doing it the most aligned way. So this is already fantastic. If that can help you to hear it again, the manifesting generator is really meant to move fast and is meant to change direction. When you feel, oh no, this is not anymore aligned, or I want something else, like it's part of your way of moving. And it's important for you to tell people around you. So informing them so that you have less resistance. So telling, okay, you know what, this project, I'm not doing it anymore because I want to focus my energy on this. So that will help you. So also that you don't not meet expectations or what people were thinking. So clarify if you can. The manifesto part of the manifesting generator, like inform people around you, that will ease the process and they will be able to follow you because you can go fast when things are aligned.
Yeah.
So that's one part. So you are again changing. That's perfectly aligned with the manifesting generator. It's his way of operating.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
And yeah. And your profile is 2-4.
Okay.
The profile is the number you can find on your human design, but just you can remember it's 2/4. And the line 2 is someone, either we project expectations on them or they think that someone expects that from themselves. So you have the two, you have the two dynamics. So when you said, oh, I'm afraid of disappointing people, you said that exactly the way I just said it, like, I think they don't think that, but I'm afraid they think that. So it's your own creation, you know?
Yes, definitely. Yeah, totally. Yeah.
So every time you are afraid of not meeting expectations, you can ask yourself, do people really expect that? Like, is this true first? Am I imagining something? And also know that some people will project something onto you, and you can just ask yourself, like, do I want to respond to that projection or expectation? You are free to respond to it or not.
Yes.
So that's the big work of the line 2, but it's super important to become aware of it.
Yeah, but super interesting because it's exactly what went through our discussion. It's like really this 2/4. So it's like, I didn't know that actually. So yes, super makes sense, you know, like, okay, that's why I put pressure on myself. I understand now why, and it gave me some input. So thank you.
So that's really the line 2. And then you are 2/4. And later on, I will talk about the line 4. And it's more connected to how you can create success in your project. And but I will talk about it later on when it will make sense. And then the last thing I wanted to share is, as a manifesting generator, that's how is the energy of the manifesting generator, which is, it's a bit too much. That's sometimes how people can feel it. But it's not too much in itself. It's a big energy, like it moves fast. It's there, like you can feel it. And that's just part of your energy.
Yeah.
And then if we add on the top one of my other specialties, which is around high sensitivity, you said I'm maybe too emotional, too sensitive. Maybe you recognize yourself in this profile of being deeply sensitive. Again, here, I like to say, instead of too much, is like you feel more. You feel more deeply. You feel more intensely than others. And it feels too much for people who don't feel that way. But just because they're, I don't know, at point A and you are further, deeper, you know? But it's from their point of view. From your point of view, that's your normality, you know? That's your norm.
Exactly. True. Yeah.
So it's like, okay, just people experience reality in different ways, and how I experience it is my way of experiencing it.
Exactly. Yeah, totally agree. And it was a big learnings from my work on myself, exactly what you just said, just to accept that exactly, just more. It's not too much, it's different, it's maybe more, but it is how it is, it's yours, and just accept it. And accept also that people can meet you on this like emotional level or intensity or whatever, and some people for some reason they can't, and it's fine. It doesn't impact your value and your worth. It was my work on myself to make distinction between who I am with all of this and other people reaction and attitude or behaviors or whatever, you know. So it's interesting.
That's beautiful. That's the path you've already done, you know. So that's to celebrate. And also, the last thing I thought about that might be helpful for you. You didn't say that word, but I thought about it when you talked about the fear of being judged, criticized, is One of the biggest fear of the people who have this profile 2-4 is the fear of being rejected. So experiencing rejection can be one of the fears that you might experience. I don't know if you were already aware of that, if that's something you've experienced, this fear.
The notion of rejection is something I experienced in different contexts in my life. It was hard times, of course, but I'm not focusing on that. For me, rejection, I can say, like, let's make peace with that, you know, like, okay, it can happen. It doesn't mean you, once again, about the worth and the value, but once again, it's thanks to what I did, the work on myself, and to disconnect this rejection with like my worth and value. But I think I made peace with that now.
It's a beautiful inspiration to see the path you've gone on to. So now if I shift into success now, because that was the second resistance you felt, like the fear of success and losing control, beautiful way to phrase it. I think it will resonate with many people. Just tell me more about that. Fear of success, losing control, like what is around that for you?
When you are telling this right now, what is coming to my mind is a fear of being seen, to be recognized for what I'm doing, and I'm sure I will be doing well and everything. It could be an uplift, and I think, yeah, I'm a bit afraid somehow about that, because I'm still in this old me between the new me, like layers, you know, like, I mean, it's like putting off some layers to reveal this successful person that I can be. And I'm saying that with humility. I don't want to show off.
Yeah, I feel you are very advanced on the path of your project, in the sense of there is the old me, if I take your words, and the new me. And I feel you are already the new me inside, but doing that project is like showing the new me to the world. That's the sensation I have.
Exactly, completely. And that's why I decided to go to another city, because I feel like it's a calling somehow. Where I am now, I realized recently the transition, because I love the city and I'm super happy here, but it's a city also where I healed myself, where I take care of myself, where I learn about myself, where I learn to put off all these layers and become this new me, or this me now. That's why I don't want to stay in this city, even if I love this city, but I want a new beginning, to open a new chapter, to shine and to be alive somehow.
Yeah. There.
So I think shoulders is like a good physical image on
yes, me. It's the body parts that is related to everything we're talking about. For you, at least. Yeah, I love it. What is the ingredient we need to add, or what do you need to move from control to letting go?
I would say push myself, but in a good way, not to be too hard on myself. But for example, I have a to-do list and to check some to-do list point step by step, like being more in this posture of like being seen and in this shining vibes, you know?
Yeah. I have a question. Is there a part of you that is afraid of losing something as you are going to move in that new chapter?
Actually, no. I'm not in this losing energy, because I know within myself I have like everything to win. For me, I'm like a winner in a good way, you know, but I'm not losing anything, taking this new direction. So I think it's not about this idea of losing, but it's the idea of, oh, I can win, but what am I gonna win? Oh my God, can I deal with that?
Yeah. It's so interesting. When I share that, I share it from a space of sensation. When I say, like, I feel there is something that is still holding you back, and then sometimes you find the right words to phrase it or not. And now you said it, but in a different way. You said, I'm afraid of winning, or winning big, or being successful. I will do one step back. That's so interesting, because it's typically the challenges that I meet when I support the clients I support, like you, who are super smart and they've thought things through. And exactly what you just said, I'm not afraid of losing because I know I will only win. With your mind, you're already like far. And I always try to bring you back to, what do you feel What's the sensation? I'm communicating on that level when I support you. You are so smart on the language level that almost it's like in French you say balayer, like the things are get off the table. And it's like, okay. So like as I am supporting you, I need to stay grounded in the sensation I have. I don't know if it makes sense what I'm sharing.
Yeah, if I'm understanding well, is I'm more right now in my mind than sensations. I can really catch what you want to share with me in terms of sensation, because there is more like my mind like taking,
The lead.
Yeah, exactly.
And it's perfect. There is really nothing wrong with every time you start a sentence, and that's something I can share also generally, is like pay attention to when you say I think and when you say I feel. Maybe until now you didn't use it consciously, but just now is like I think, okay, what do I feel? Do I feel what I'm saying? Do I think it? Just that's an exercise, I would say, beyond today. If I give this example, I ask, are you afraid of losing something? The words didn't land for you. You said, no, I'm actually more afraid of winning something. But when you win, what do you lose? When you win big, do you lose peace of mind? Do you lose time? What do you lose? Did you get now my question?
Yeah, okay.
Or what do you get when you win? It's like, oh, I get more pressure, more expectations. Like, what's happening there?
Okay.
Because if you shift into full success and win, you are going to lose something. Losing is not a bad word, but something goes away, and something is at least apparently in your mind or in your body at the moment because there is resistance.
Yeah. Okay, I got the point. Okay. So I will picture myself. The first word like coming to me in this idea of losing something, it's about balance. It's the word balance coming, because it's a key word for me, being balanced. It will be like to create a new balance, of course, because many changes, and it will be a bit disturbed at some point, at the beginning, at least what I built, and the notion of building, I think it's important for me. I feel also it's important for me. and I think to answer to your question, it's losing this balance. What is coming to my mind is what I built. And I'm not afraid to start from the scratch, because I already did, and it was beautiful experiences in my life. But yes, indeed, it's to let go for now, like to go to the next step, like what I built here. So yeah, of course, it's losing. In sensation is to lose what I built, because I can bring this in my new chapter,
Beautiful. I really feel, as you say, I feel the resonance. It's something precious for you, this balance. And it's something that gives you stability, security, safety, a feeling of I can handle everything if I have this balance.
Yeah, and I think to complete what you say is, I totally agree. And I work a lot on myself. And if I'm starting a new project, I want to be aware about this. Okay, like for the next step, I will need also this stability, this balance, this security, because of course it's like super important value for me. So it's making awareness on it to say, okay, I'm starting a new project, but what I need to success, okay, stability, balance, security, and to feel grounded.
Is it enough for you that we just mentioned it so you can take care of it in the future, or do you need to go deeper into like what's the checklist so that you have balance? What do you need to create that new balance? Do you need that kind of support right now, or you are able to do it by yourself?
No, I think I can do it by myself, as it's clear, and all of this was within me, but you put words on this, and now I say, okay. So to allow myself to be successful, okay, you need to feel balanced, stable, in safe space, and you can do everything you want. So I think it was in the mind without putting words on that, and now it's like going through the body,
Perfect. That's perfect. And I also felt that you didn't need my help, but I still wanted to make sure.
Thank you for asking.
Yeah, because of all the work you've done in the past, I feel you can just sit with yourself and check, okay, what do I need for balance? What will I need to take care of? That's for everyone is different. Everyone will ask themselves the right questions, but it's super important to clarify, okay, what do I feel afraid of losing or letting go of, even if it's for a moment? that is holding me back from success?
Yeah. It's super interesting because actually in few weeks I'm going to the new city for a few days just to feel it. Okay,
Yeah.
could I picture myself in this new city, and with this what we exchanged today, I will be with these keywords on my mind.
Yes.
So it's a good point. Thank you.
Yeah. No, and it's super important. I know this fear myself, like of success, and knowing, okay, to give another example, and it's generally also for people who will listen, is for me, it's more if I succeed or this gets bigger, I had the fear of losing time. Oh, suddenly I don't have time for my family, for doing sports, for meditation, for whatever is important for you, you know. So
Yes.
very often the fear of success can be also this fear of losing time. And it's a kind of balance time as well, you know.
Yes. Of course, yeah.
Yeah. Super clear, that's great. So if I move now on the third point, which is your relationship to money, can you tell me more?
Okay, it's a bit complex. I don't know if we have still time, but yeah, I think for a long time I related my money relationship with my worth. And sadly, I had to face a trauma long years ago. And it was at the same time I start my professional life. And this trauma like this destroys my worth. And I start my professional life not knowing how to negotiate my salary and everything. And since then, I always had some really bad salary with my jobs. And it's really a struggle. So now I know how to negotiate because I work on myself, I healed, so I know my worth and everything. But it's still complex. It's still complex. For a long time, I related my money relationship with who I am. And it was difficult to like discover like my colleagues earning more than me, and we are like kind of the same position. So a lot of frustration actually with my money relationship. And I'm trying to find a way to have more money. But I have to say, I will give you an example. Last year, I decided to live some experiences who cost money. So of course I spend money. It's make me less rich money-wise. But in terms of life and experience and happiness and meetings and whatever, I'm super rich.
Yes.
And I have a bit of this struggle, like on capitalism, like why money? Because, you know, for me, like what is being rich, you know? I'm feeling rich because thanks to my life and people around me and who I am and what I love in life and everything and what I did in my life. But regarding money, like the real one is I'm in a job, the salary is really bad, I'm underpaid. So it creates me some frustration. So I'm trying to find solution to find a way to feel more comfortable with my money situation. But yeah, it's not comfortable, I would say.
Yes.
We are thinking about feeling safe. And I have to say, like in financial safety, could be better, like definitely.
Yeah.
But I know money is come and goes. So as I said, I trust myself and I will find a way to find again this balance, this financial balance. I know it. But yeah, it can generate some frustration, you know?
Yeah, again, thanks to the entire work you've done on yourself, you already have the right mindset, the right energy, the right beliefs. Before I ask you, just to tell you, so that's more for yourself as a manifesting generator, and that's also for generators, is like when you feel the emotion of frustration, it's the emotion telling you you are in misalignment here. Every human design types has one major emotion or two. As a manifesting generator, you have actually two, but today you mentioned frustration. Is when you feel frustration, it's your body telling, hey, Elodie, you need to shift something. This is not correct for you. So it's the emotion you want to pay attention to in your life. And the moment you put in place the right actions that help to change the situation, the frustration will dissolve and the emotion will go away. That's just to make you aware from a human design perspective. If I go into money, if I say money, what do you associate it with? Just spontaneously, what comes to your mind when you think money?
Money is to pay some stuff, pay things, pay experience, pay bills. It's a mean, you know, to do it.
Yeah.
And I'm someone I want to live, you know, I want to feel alive, I want to experience. We never know what can happen tomorrow. It's not easy at the moment, to be honest, but I don't want to focus on that. I want to look like
Yeah.
the step after,
Yeah. And again, you support yourself in beautiful ways. If I now ask you, how do you feel when you think money? Because before I asked you, like, what do you think when you think money? What do you feel?
I feel money as a pressure, like still the shoulders.
Yeah.
It's a weight. I would love to have a world without money,
You said, I would love to have what with money?
To live in a world without
money.
Yeah.
Just that sentence, I'm happy I asked you to repeat it. I would love to live in a world without money. Now, this is very basic and simple, what I'm going to share, but if you worked around money relationship, you know what you just said. You are living in a world without money. That's what you're experiencing. Or maybe not as much as you would want.
Could you say it again just to be sure I catch me?
Yeah. So you said, I would love to live in a world without money. Okay?
Yeah. Yeah.
And I know that you say it from a philosophical point of view, like saying, I would love a society, a system that doesn't work with money.
Mm-hmm.
Though your mind and your body, they take you literally. It's like your brain is like you are ordering something online. It's just responding to the exact order. I want to reflect that back is I'm actually living in a world, of course, without money. It's not true because you still have money, but maybe not as much as you would need to make the experiences maybe easier and without the pressure.
Yeah, and I have to say it's a big learning since 1 year in my life. As I decided to go in that direction or that direction and spend my money because we need money. But when I see what I earn from it, it's like experiences, like meeting, being myself, creating memories. And I know, even if it's a bit difficult at the moment, will help me in the future to reach what I consider as like a correct financial situation.
And what makes it really work, and I say that for you, but just also generally, is it's perfect. Again, you are doing a lot of work on your mindset, your approach, you're changing your perspective and so on. Though if you want to live it fully, you need to change the sensation in the body. And my question is, and I really ask you like to take a moment to hear my question, and I can repeat it twice so that you can feel into the answer, is you started explaining about your relationship with money. If money is reflecting something for you or about you, what would it be? You know, if money was just a mirror, what is it telling you?
It's super interesting because what is coming to my mind is like in my heart, it's something connecting with the heart, with the love, with the expansion somehow. So I think like listening your question in my body was like really connect with the heart, because for a long time I disconnect like money and my relationship with myself, like self-love. And now, money is not a bad word. And the next step for me is to keep going because it's close somehow, like the heart and money, but it's getting them more close.
I love it for you for several reasons I'm going to share, but after, I want to keep going deeper in what you shared. So it's like connecting both. Can you tell me how it would look like for you?
In terms of image or in terms of?
Whatever it comes.
Okay.
Like,
so I have the word like fusion coming.
Yeah.
The color green.
Love it.
And peace.
I want you to, if it's not yet the case, go into your heart, imagine and see how your body reacts to that, if he likes it or not, how it feels, whatever comes up, if something comes up. And like imagining placing money in your heart. And it can be like gold coins, whatever you want, like just the image that comes to you, giving the space for money in your heart and let them truly exchange energy. As you see them going into fusion, because that's really the word you used, you can infuse all of that, like with the color green. Maybe it's your entire heart is bathing in that color. And if you want, you can tell me how it feels in your body if something else comes up.
Yeah, it's super interesting because when you start to speak about it, I move my body like to take space, to let space to my heart zone in my body
Yeah.
because I'm like sitting down, but I really let the space, like a welcoming movement.
Yes.
So, not afraid or whatever, just okay, come, welcome. And I saw like it was really, I have to say, it was a kind of a bath. Like I see a lot of gold,
Yes.
like gold taking a bath in my heart, if I can sell this image,
Yeah.
And yeah, and it put me in joy, I would say. I'm feeling joy.
I love it. Stay in that energy. And from what I feel from everything you've described, I feel you already have a relationship with money in spending that is actually beautiful. As you said, I'm spending for experiences, and I feel if I had to personify money, like money would say, hey, Elodie, I love how you are spending me, using me. I feel you are associating me with something good. And now I want to see how is your relationship in receiving money?
Okay, so receiving money, it's always like I need to do something with it. I had like big project in my life, and for that, I had to save money, and I did, and like I needed like I don't know 10,000 to travel around the world. I did. I had this money, so I know it's possible. So if I receive money, I'm super grateful, of course. It's like a gift somehow, and at some point I deserve it because it's like thanks to my job or whatever. Sometimes it's some gift from family or parents, and being grateful for that because even if my financial situation is not at its best, at least I can choose how to spend my money. And I want to be in gratitude for that. So I think for me, receiving money, it's okay, let's accept the money like coming to me and not be in the rejection.
That's interesting how you phrase it. And I love even more the words you use at the very beginning in your body when you say welcoming.
Yeah.
That's if you want to go one step further. It's like moving from rejection to acceptance to welcoming it.
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly. True. True.
And what do you sense still needs to change so that you can experience more abundance, more ease with money?
It's connect with what I said during the session. It's like being successful to find the right opportunity that will help me to create or to receive money. Of course, it's all connected. And I have my vision about how much I want. Also, I have my boundaries because most important in my life is like to be happy. I don't want to earn like that much more money and being unhappy. It doesn't make sense. I need sense, So, okay, I have my vision, but also I know how I want to feel. So I think it's a question of balance again. I have my vision about money, like how much I want, but how do I feel, balance or unbalance or whatever. So I think my objective is like to find this balance and okay, how do I feel? I feel happy. Okay, it's perfect. I feel unhappy, under pressure, sad or whatever. It doesn't work.
Yeah, it's super clear. As you were talking, wrote like backwards. It's almost like if I want to access in your system, it's like money. To get there, success will bring me more money. To get to success, I need balance. Then there is like me, Elodie. I need to feel balance so that I can go into success and then receive money as much as I need and desires.
Yeah, it's like a positive loop. I really picture like this.
Yeah. And that's more a challenge that came to my mind is ideally to create a mindset of abundance is releasing any belief around what needs to happen or not happen to receive money. We won't work around it today, but it's just food for thought for you, for someone who listens is ideally, can I separate money and just imagine money can happen if I'm happy, unhappy, whatever is happening in my life. Can money come in even if I'm not already doing this project, like to not tie money to something that needs to happen. So that's ideally so that you're not blocking it, but that's more just food for thoughts.
Yeah, I totally agree. Like I said to myself for this 2026, the word like keywords for myself will be like changes and movement. And I'm really in this energy, like I'm aiming to.
Yes. Yeah. I would really encourage you, as we did now with the visualization in your heart, is to really do what came up to your mind, this fusion of heart and money. Because if you really do that fusion, you can take it from many standpoints. It can be being in my heart, working from my heart will bring more money. Money, and that's just a sentence I can share with you, is like to shift your perspective on money. It's like money is love made visible. People buy your services, buy your products because there is a form of love, of I appreciate what you are doing. So it's a beautiful way to tie money to something that is attractive for you, so that you cannot say anymore, I would love to live in a world without money. Because if you really give it a positive anchoring,
Yeah.
then you change the relationship. And of course, because of your trauma, your previous experiences, of course, the relationship with money was a bit like, when I asked you, like, what does it mirror back? You could also maybe, but you worked on it, so that's not alive anymore. But I guess in the past, it was like, it's reflecting how much worth I have, so it's not enough. So it's really like keeping on nourishing that perspective on money, so that you welcome more for your
Totally.
life.
Yeah.
And last thing I want to share, and it's more related to your human design.
Mhm.
It's so fun that image came to you, because I said to you, I'm going to talk about the line 4.
Yeah.
You are 2-4. The line 4, when I support people who have that profile, when I support them in their business or in their projects, I will always tell them, work from your heart, because people will feel when you work from your heart. And your network, really, like the people you connect with, when you connect with them from your heart, that will have a big, big, big impact.
Yeah.
It's super important. Of course, that's something we can say generally, but even more from the line 4 is like, connect with your heart, and people will feel it
Yeah.
and will then want more because of where it comes from.
It's super interesting what you're sharing, because it's not the first time someone telling me this. One of the person who told me this, he was more about numerology guidance.
Yeah.
And it was exactly this. We spoke about the money relationship and the heart connection somehow. And it was exactly this.
Perfect.
Like, do the thing with your heart and you will see everything gonna works out.
Yes.
And thanks, now I can feel this love energy. So I'm feeling I'm on the right path. Doesn't matter if it's going in different direction, but on the right path.
Oh, that's fantastic. Really, I want to say congrats to all the steps you've done, all the
Thank you very much.
transformation, really like anchoring, honoring that, celebrating it, so that you can really like, hop, I'm ready. I'm moving into the next Elodie, with who has done all that work,
Yeah,
and can now, yeah, shine in a new way.
exactly. Thank you so much for your words and help and inputs.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
All the best for your project.
Yeah, same. All the best too. Thank you.
How was this coaching session for you? What is staying with you for your journey, the next steps? I would love to hear it in comments, so that I see also what's your perspective on this, and how do you receive it in your personal, professional life. It's always inspiring to hear how it resonates with others, because we have our lens, as you've heard it from our conversation, and you have yours. In the middle of the session, I made like a zoom back. I don't know if I was clear, but it was such a recurring challenge for the people I support, who have intense emotions, intense minds, and whose brain are super active in a positive sense, also sometimes in a less enjoyable meaning, though the mind can really take over a lot. And that's really something, if you haven't been supported properly. I've heard that from some clients who come to me and who are saying, yes, I did this work, but like now I know a lot, I'm super aware, but things didn't change in my life. Often this is because you've stayed on the mind level and you didn't go into the body, the sensation, the emotion, and releasing it from that place. It's not exactly the situation from Elodie, but just in how she answers, I could see what usually happens in my session is, okay, I come in from the mind, I deal with it on the mind level, but we still want to connect in the body, what she's also used to do. And we can see how when she goes into it, for example, the image of dropping into her heart, the fusion from heart and body, like there are moments when I ask her questions like, oh, what comes to my mind is this. It's like something drops in her and it's not thinking through. It still arrives in the mind, like the clarity, because the mind needs to process. It's our way of expressing ourselves, our language. So of course it goes through the mind, but it doesn't come from thinking a lot. It's like from connecting. So that's the beauty, and that's where the change really happens. So when you feel stuck, this is the next step I would advise you. So that was something I just wanted to re-clarify. And of course, keep these questions I've asked also for yourself. Fear of success. I know many of my clients also have that. Sometimes we have the fear of failure, but we can equally have the fear of success. Both of them, one of them. Here also our human design types can play a role. I know very well both energies, and this fear of losing control, I'm betting you can also resonate with that, because when we are very much in our mind, many people I support are gifted and tend to go towards perfectionism. And of course, my audience is also, I would say, a reflection of who I am. So you are a reflection of who I am as well, of parts of me, either that I went beyond, either they're still alive in me. And when we have this desire for perfection, we either don't want to have failure, we want to be in control. So all these topics are super interesting to go into, because when we want to control, we also, it's a kind of limit we put around what can really be welcomed in our life. I'm like, I'm okay for success, but not just that amount, or I'm okay for this and for that. But then we don't give openness and space for life surprising us and in beautiful ways. It doesn't have to be only in bad ways. No, not at all. So this episode was again supporting a person whose profile is manifesting generator. We've had them also in the last episode, so I'm super curious who is going to be in the next coaching sessions, because we went deep into projector style with different episodes, deep into manifesting generator style. If you've listened to every coaching session, I think you can feel the difference of energy. The manifesting generator is really this going speed, going into movement. Once you are in alignment, there is no issue into going into movement. The way of answering the questions also, where projector is really at a different speed and rhythm. It doesn't mean it's not fast. It's completely different, just in its way of moving. It really sees things through. You can hear it also in the sessions. And of course, if you want to go deeper into your design, maybe you are a manifesting generator, maybe a projector, maybe a generator, a reflector, a manifester, like that's the 5 human design types. We can go into it through a human design reading. So it's like we spend really 1.5 hours, sometimes 2 hours, depending on what you want support on, so that we can dive deep with the perspective of how you operate. That really helps you, because it's receiving a foundation that you can always reuse as a compass for how you want to move in the most aligned, joyful, fulfilling way in your life. I put all the links in the show notes. And if you want, last call out to receive a free session with me that I'm going to record for my podcast, I put the link. Please apply. I would love to hear about you. And I wish you a great evening, day, night. And I see you soon. Bye-bye. Thank you for joining the inner space. Make sure to subscribe, leave a comment, or share it with someone who might need exactly this encouragement. And until next time, keep exploring your inner space, where authenticity sets you free.